Welcome back to HCOandMORE podcast, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our explorations. Today we're heading to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania,
Lancaster County.
home to one of the oldest Amish settlements in America. And we're going to be diving into a film that brought this unique culture to the big screen.
Yes.
Witness.
It's amazing how this film,
Celebrating its 40th anniversary this year.
40 years, really captured the world's attention.
I know.
Offered a glimpse into a way of life that many people, I think, found both intriguing and inspiring.
It's such a classic fish out of water story with Harrison Ford.
And for those unfamiliar with the Amish, imagine a community that largely lives as they did centuries ago, prioritizing simplicity, faith, and community above all the trappings of modern life. They travel by horse and buggy, dress plainly, and live in these close-knit communities where tradition and hard work are just so deeply valued.
It's almost like stepping back in time, right?
Yeah.
And for many viewers, Witness was their first real introduction to this world.
Absolutely.
I think it sparked curiosity and I'm sure inspired quite a few trips to Lancaster County.
Oh, absolutely. The film did a remarkable job showcasing the beauty of the countryside, the craftsmanship of the Amish, and the warmth of their communities. But it also touched upon the challenges they face in preserving their traditions while navigating a world that's constantly changing around them.
Right. It wasn't just a romanticized portrayal.
Yeah.
Witness delved into the complexities of their beliefs,
Yeah.
like their stance against photography, which actually created a very unique challenge for the filmmakers.
Indeed, the Amish believe that photographs promote vanity and individualism, which goes against their core values of humility and community. So the filmmakers had to find creative solutions, even using Mennonites, a related but less strict religious group, as stand-ins for some scenes.
And they even put prosthetic beards on them.
They did. It's quite remarkable.
Talk about dedication to authenticity.
Yeah.
But speaking of authenticity, Harrison Ford didn't just play a man who appreciates craftsmanship.
Yeah.
He actually helped build the barn used in the film.
He did. Ford, a skilled carpenter in his own right, insisted on participating in the construction, bringing a level of realism to the film that's truly remarkable. It's a testament to his commitment to the project.
Okay, now that is just so cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of going above and beyond, Kelly McGillis, who played the Amish widow Rachel,
Yes.
immersed herself in Amish culture to prepare for her role.
Absolutely. She lived with an Amish family, learning their customs and daily routines firsthand. Her dedication to understanding the nuances of their life is evident in her performance, and this commitment to authenticity extended to the location as well. Witness was filmed on location in Lancaster County, further adding to the film's sense of realism and showcasing the region's beauty to the world.
It's like the location itself became a character in the film.
Right.
And speaking of Lancaster County, can you imagine what it was like 40 years ago when Witness premiered there?
The world premiere was a major event, held at the historic Fulton Opera House in Lancaster City. It was a star-studded affair with Harrison Ford and Kelly McGillis in attendance, walking the red carpet and greeting fans. You can imagine the excitement and buzz surrounding the event, especially in a community that rarely sees such Hollywood fanfare.
I bet. I mean, this was a film that not only featured their community, but also portrayed them with respect and sensitivity, which isn't always the case when Hollywood tackles cultural stories.
Yeah. You're right. And the response from the Amish community itself was actually quite mixed. Some appreciated the film's positive portrayal and the economic boost it brought to the area through tourism. Others were more wary of the attention it brought, concerned about the potential impact on their way of life.
That's understandable. It's a delicate balance, right?
It is.
Preserving their cultural identity while also navigating the inevitable influences of the outside world.
Exactly. And this tension is something that Witness explores quite subtly, adding another layer of depth to the film. It's not just a thrilling story. It's a nuanced look at a community trying to maintain its traditions in a rapidly changing world.
Now, this film almost didn't get made right. Some studio executives thought the whole Amish thing wouldn't appeal to a wider audience.
Yeah.
They even doubted Harrison Ford's acting abilities. Could you believe that?
It's true. In the 1980s, Hollywood was all about high-concept blockbusters and comedies. A character-driven thriller set in Amish country wasn't exactly a sure bet. But thankfully, the filmmakers persevered, and Witness became a critical and commercial success, proving that stories that delve into different cultures can resonate deeply with audiences.
And you know, it's fascinating. The origins of Witness are actually rooted in a completely different genre, the classic Western.
We're talking about the unproduced Gunsmoke episode, right?
Exactly. The initial script featured a white hat cowboy protecting a member of a religious sect in the Wild West. It was the writers William Kelly and Earl W. Wallace who eventually reworked the story, setting it in Amish country and replacing the cowboy with the detective.
It's amazing how they were able to adapt that core concept, the fish out of water, the clash of cultures, and create such a powerful and moving story in a completely different setting.
And what strikes me is that even though Witness is a work of fiction, it offers a window into a world that many people might not otherwise have the opportunity to experience.
Right. And it raises important questions about tolerance, understanding, and the value of preserving cultural diversity. But we'll dive deeper into those themes after a quick break.
Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with more on Witness and the enduring legacy of the Amish community.
It's interesting to think about the impact Witness had on Lancaster County and the Amish community.
Yeah, especially as we're marking the film's 40th anniversary this year.
Right. The film brought a wave of tourism to the area. People were so fascinated by this glimpse into a simpler way of life.
I can imagine. All those rolling hills and farmlands.
Yeah.
Must look pretty idyllic to people used to city life.
Exactly. And it wasn't just the scenery. Witness also showcased Amish craftsmanship, their beautiful furniture, their quilts, their delicious food.
And let's not forget those horse-drawn buggies.
Yes.
Flip-clopping down the road. It's such a stark contrast to our fast-paced world.
Absolutely. But it's important to remember that the Amish aren't just a tourist attraction.
Right.
Their way of life is rooted in deep religious beliefs and centuries-old traditions.
Right. It's not just about aesthetics.
No.
It's about living in harmony with nature, prioritizing community and family, and rejecting the materialism of modern society.
And that's something that I think resonated with audiences. They saw in the Amish a sense of peace and purpose that's often missing in our own lives.
Like they offer an alternative,
Yeah.
a different way of being in the world.
Absolutely. And it's not without its challenges, of course. The Amish have to constantly navigate the pressures of the modern world, finding ways to maintain their traditions while also engaging with technology and commerce.
That brings to mind their approach to technology, which is so fascinating. They use it selectively and purposefully.
Yes. They might use a phone for business purposes, but not for idle chatter or entertainment.
Yeah.
They might use a tractor for farming, but not for personal transportation.
Yeah.
It's about finding a balance between practicality and preserving their values.
Which is such a thought-provoking concept in our age.
Yeah.
Of constant connectivity and digital overload.
Right?
I mean, imagine choosing to disconnect from social media
Yeah.
and live more in the present moment.
Yeah. It's a radical idea in many ways. And it raises questions about our own relationship with technology, how much it benefits us, and how much it might be hindering us.
And Witness touched on these themes too, didn't it? It showed the Amish community grappling with the influence of the outside world.
Absolutely. There's a scene where John Book, the detective, tries to explain the concept of a cassette tape to Rachel.
Oh, wow.
And it beautifully illustrates that clash of cultures.
Yeah.
This moment of, what is this?
I can imagine.
That he's talking about.
Right.
And there's that powerful moment when Book is tempted to use violence to protect the Amish community, but ultimately chooses a path of peace in line with their beliefs.
Powerful.
Exactly. It's these subtle moments that make Witness more than just a thriller. They offer these glimpses into the complexities of Amish life and the challenges they face in preserving their identity.
And it's a conversation that continues today, 40 years later,
Yeah.
as the Amish community continues to grow and adapt while holding on to their core values.
And it's a reminder that we can learn a lot from cultures that are different from our own.
Absolutely. It's about respecting diversity, appreciating different ways of life, and recognizing the value of traditions, even in a rapidly changing world.
And Witness didn't just showcase the Amish community, it also captured the beauty of Lancaster County itself.
Oh, yes.
The rolling farmland, the quaint villages, the charming covered bridges.
The covered bridges.
It's a place that seems to exist in its own time zone.
And it's a testament to the filmmakers that they chose to shoot the film on location in Lancaster County.
Yeah.
It adds a level of authenticity
Absolutely.
that you just wouldn't get on a soundstage.
For sure.
You can practically smell the fresh baked bread
Yeah.
and hear the clip-clop of the horse's hooves just watching the film.
And it's no wonder that Witness sparked a surge in tourism to the area. People wanted to experience that sense of peace and tranquility for themselves.
It's like stepping into a different world,
Yeah.
a world where life moves at a slower pace and people are connected to the land and to each other in a way that
Yeah.
we've lost touch with in many ways.
I agree. And what's fascinating about the Amish? They're not frozen in time. They're a living, breathing community that continues to evolve while holding on to its core values.
Right. They've managed to find a way to adapt to the modern world without sacrificing their identity.
And that's something we can all learn from. Right.
Absolutely.
Finding that balance between progress and tradition, between embracing new ideas while also honoring our roots.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that there's beauty and diversity in the tapestry of cultures that make up our world.
And it's a reminder that sometimes the most meaningful experiences are found in the simplest things, in the quiet moments of connection and the beauty of the natural world.
It sounds like a visit to Lancaster County is in order, don't you think?
Absolutely. It's a place that will stay with you long after you've left. It's a place where you can slow down, breathe deeply, and reconnect with what truly matters.
And who knows, you might even be inspired to simplify your own life.
Yeah.
To embrace the values of community and sustainability that the Amish hold so dear. And if you can't make the trip yourself, at least watch Witness.
Yes.
It's a cinematic journey into the heart of Amish country and a powerful reminder of the importance of understanding and appreciating cultures different from our own.
Well said. And speaking of understanding and appreciating different cultures, let's delve a little deeper into the history and beliefs of the Amish community after a quick break. We're back and ready to delve deeper into the history and beliefs of the Amish community. A culture that has captivated so many since Witness first graced the silver screen 40 years ago.
It's fascinating to trace their roots back to 16th century Europe, where they emerged during the Protestant Reformation.
So they've been around for quite a while.
Oh, yes. Their origins lie with the Anabaptists, a group that emphasized adult baptism and a separation of church and state.
And they faced a lot of persecution for their beliefs, right?
Absolutely. They were seen as radical and dangerous by both the Catholic Church and other Protestant groups.
So they sought refuge in places like Pennsylvania,
Right.
where they could practice their faith freely.
Exactly. William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, believed in religious tolerance and offered them land and protection.
And that's why Lancaster County became such a significant Amish settlement.
Precisely. It provided the perfect environment for their agricultural way of life and allowed them to establish their close-knit communities.
And their commitment to simplicity and plain living stems from their core religious beliefs, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They value humility over pride, community over individualism, and hard work over leisure.
And they express these values through their clothing, their homes, even their language.
Right. They dress in plain clothes without ornamentation. Their homes are simple and functional without unnecessary decorations. And they often speak Pennsylvania Dutch, a dialect of German that sets them apart from mainstream society.
It's all about creating a distinct identity,
Yeah,
a separation from the worldliness they see in modern society.
exactly. And it's not about being judgmental or superior. It's about maintaining their unique way of life and preserving their spiritual values.
And their strong sense of community is really remarkable.
Yeah.
They support each other through thick and thin.
Absolutely. If a barn burns down, the entire community comes together to rebuild it. If a family falls ill, their neighbors help with chores and childcare. It's a way of life that prioritizes cooperation and mutual aid.
And it's so different from the individualism
Yeah.
that's so prevalent in our society today.
Indeed. The Amish value interdependence over independence, recognizing that we all need each other to thrive.
And they have a deep respect for nature and the land, don't they?
Absolutely. Their farming practices are sustainable and environmentally conscious. They believe in working in harmony with the earth rather than exploiting it.
It's a philosophy we could all learn from in today's world,
Yes.
where climate change is such a pressing concern.
Indeed, the Amish offer an alternative, a way of living that's both simpler and more sustainable.
And they pass these values down through generations,
Right.
ensuring the continuity of their culture.
Exactly. Children are raised with a strong work ethic, a deep faith, and a commitment to community.
And education is important to them too, isn't it?
Yes. They have their own schools where children learn practical skills alongside traditional subjects.
But their education ends at the 8th grade.
Right. That's correct.
Hmm.
They believe that further education could lead to worldliness and pull children away from their community.
It's all about striking a balance between preparing them for life within their community
Right.
and protecting them from outside influences.
Exactly. And it's a decision that reflects their deep commitment to their way of life.
You know, exploring the world of the Amish through the lens of Witness has been truly eye-opening.
It really has.
It's a reminder that there's beauty in diversity,
Absolutely.
in the tapestry of cultures that make up our world.
And it's a reminder that there are different ways of living.
Yes.
Different ways of finding meaning and happiness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Amish offer an alternative, a path that prioritizes simplicity, community, and faith.
And while their way of life might not be for everyone, there's certainly a lot we can learn from them.
Their commitment to sustainability, their strong sense of community, their deep faith, these are values that can inspire us all.
And if you're ever looking for a unique travel experience, a chance to step back in time and witness a different way of life, consider a visit to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
You can explore Amish farms and shops, sample their delicious food, and maybe even catch a glimpse of a horse-drawn buggy rolling down a country road.
I would love that.
It's a journey that will stay with you long after you've returned home. A reminder that there's more to life than the hustle and bustle of the modern world.
That sometimes the most meaningful experiences are found in the simplest things.
Beautifully said.
Thank you so much for joining us on this journey of discovery into the world of witness and the Amish community.
It's been my pleasure.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to H2N More podcast for more fascinating explorations of culture, history, and the human experience.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing the diversity that makes our world so rich and wonderful.
If you like my videos, like and subscribe, and throw a comment down below. Have a great day.